That was a great start, wasn't it?
Fantastic.
Let's try that again. Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to another week of ILR action. It looks like it's going to be a wet qualifying, so that could really spice the grid up, and I don't have to curse anybody. We have just the 14 drivers this week, and joining me, as always, is the ever-impressionable...
I just found out the weather for the race.
Uh-oh. Is it snow?
Oh, it's for wets.
Oh, this could be fun. Anyway, joining me as always, as you've heard by now, is the ever-impressive HLG.
Good evening. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your intro there. I couldn't help it. Oh, round this track, you have full wets. Oh, good luck, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be
full wets and
it's gonna be
no game
interesting.
sound. I can't even hear the rain.
I have game sound. Mine works this week. Oh my god.
That's it.
Looks like,
Fixed it.
hang on, let's have a look. Hang on. Button is the first out. Yep, there we go. So, follow him. He's already had a lock-up, as we've lost Callum and John already in this session.
Probably didn't have game sound. Or saw the weather and thought, F this.
Wait!
I'm out.
Barry's not here to curse!
No, I know. He broke the curse last week and has now promptly gone on somewhere. So, interesting.
Who will have the curse this week?
Well, as long as we don't have any barriers jumping out from the middle of nowhere and taking drivers out, then I think we'll be okay. If you haven't seen it by now, where the hell have you been? It was ridiculous.
Well, they
Honestly,
may have been
mental.
in hiding, alright? Leave our viewers
Possibly.
alone, alright? They just wanted to go in hiding. That's why they haven't watched last week's. But if you haven't watched last week's, I would seriously suggest it. There was some good stuff going on in last week's race. As it looks like, everyone's joined back and Button's about to start his lap. So let's go for a lap of Italy in the wet, which I don't actually have any idea of what gears people use in the wet. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be a learning experience for me. But as he's coming down the start-finish line with no DRS, because obviously it's raining, so if you didn't know that fact, well, I'm going to question you. Oh, massive lock-up. He's massive lock-up, but he's managed to get the car stopped. I'm impressed.
Of course, that's always half the battle in the wet.
Yep, it looked like he struggled to get some traction, actually. He was wheel spinning and revving the nuts off up until 5th gear, but... it's good. He's avoided. Ooh, no, small lock-up. That's... looks like he might have got away with that. That's interesting, considering he still looks like he's pushing that ERS as he comes through the Lesmos. There's Lesmo 1, and here comes Lesmo 2, which would be the next DRS straight, but it's not, so it's all going to be down to the car and its power in ERS. As he's coming down, he's going to be doing, I'm going to predict, about 205. Oh, I'm close. It was 206. As he's comes down for a scurry. Tricky section to get right. Looks like he's running a little bit wide, but you can get away with that there. As he's now going to come into Parabolica. I know some of the track the corner names around this track. See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a professional. As he comes through Parabolica, wants to get a good run out, but not run too wide. It looks like he's managed that just. But to be a little bit cautious on the throttle, but it is raining, so that probably has part of it. And a 28.3 to set us off. I don't know who's next, but we'll see.
Peanut, I think.
Yeah,
going around the
looks like it's probably going to be Peanut. Yeah. So. Oh no, it was St. Norris, but and then Jose. Never mind.
Oh, well, never mind.
Poor Peanut. But no one so far going faster than Button.
Decent time that 28.3.
Could be beat. No, it's going to be Mystic next. Actually, I believe. As Mystic comes across 28.6 again, doesn't beat. I think then it's Beacon, maybe?
Looks like it. See the famous Parabolica on the right hand side there as he comes around it.
Yeah, he's going to... Oh,
a little bit of an issue there.
Ideal. There'll be Speed Demon just behind him as well. Beacon puts himself into 4th, Speed Demon up into 6th, so not quite the Speed Demon he thinks he is.
Not in the wet anyway. So that's bad news for him in the race.
and go. I think Dago's going to be the next one to complete a little.
I think
He's the next on a lap, but people could be doing multiple laps, so we just have to be wary of that because in the wet conditions it is possible to do about 3 or 4 laps on a set of tyres and still find pace.
It is, but I feel like Alex did something in the week and...
Oh!
Well, he didn't do that. Not sector 3. That could be a Ascari, and it is.
Yep, it's the exit of Ascari.
Just on the exit of Ascari.
That's it's a really easy place to lose it. Actually, I think we'll find a few people might lose it there during the race as well. It's just a tricky section to get absolutely right. In the dry, I can tell you that it's an easy 4th to get the initial turn in and 5th the whole way through it personally to get the grip. But in the wet, I don't know if it's the same.
Alex.
But Alex, yeah, they go across into 4th. Looks like Jose did do another one and so did Button, but doesn't look. I don't think either of them improved on their time. Jason also having completed a lap as well. I've realised that at 29.7. Sorry, so he's probably still got some time to find.
Giant's about to finish a lap. He's coming around Parabolica.
Yep, I think it's going to be Giant, then Callum, and then Chris.
Okay.
Giant.
Oh, nice.
Up into 3rd, then we've got Callum
E3.
round the Parabolica. He's dropped down to 3rd briefly, and then up to 4th, 5th. Nice and look at him controlling the throttle. Gets a good exit, so this could be a decent time. 29.1.
Invalidated.
He's invalidated. Oh, Chris, he's getting a bit of a slide out of the Parabolica there, but he's still going for it. Up into 6th. It's not a bad first attempt. Having a look at what Callum's doing. Callum doesn't seem to be pushing. Oh, he's getting a lot of whistle. Oh, I say he's not pushing. He has just gone up to hot lap, so maybe not. Oh, Button improving.
There's Button.
To a 28 dead. So he's setting the pace for everyone to beat.
Yep, just filtering for someone that's in sector 3. Or maybe on another lap like Giant could be going again, although he's low on fuel, so probably not.
Keep an eye on Callum. He seems. I'm not sure how he's managing this ERS right now. I'm not sure whether he's still pushing or whether. It looks like he's still pushing, even though he's going down a medium occasionally, which never really needs to be done around this track. But maybe he's just struggling for traction. But he's coming up to Ascari and he's still pushing. So let's run wide. He's not having.
Oh, that's not. That's.
Well, he's definitely not finishing that lap now.
Bit of ballet. Car ballet. Car ballet. Oh my god. Giant's having an issue.
Yes, indeed, as Clenzo is coming through 6 to 3. I think he's coming up to Parabolica actually. Yes, indeed he is. Got to Parabolica, just a little lock up as again doesn't. Oh, back end. He's had to save that. Oh, look at the grip. Looks like the track's just getting worse, and people are starting to struggle for grip even more. Clenzo's lap was invalidated.
So.
It looks like he's definitely going on for one now. So McLaren, yep.
Nicely negotiated as they stay out of the way.
Lock up, manages to get it through the first couple turns nicely. He's struggling with get the power down, but looks like a lot of people are struggling with that at the moment as he's coming down to turn. Well, technically the curve is 3, so technically this is 4 and 5, depending on how you want to look at it.
Chris Jones
as he's coming through this chain.
It's definitely challenging out there. It doesn't look particularly wet, but it clearly is because everyone's having a bit of a moment by the look of it.
Yeah, Clenzo navigating those
doesn't look that wet at all.
But he's coming down to Ascari, so this is where the real test is. Can he get it nicely stopped and nicely turned in? Down a 4th. Oh, see, he should have gone up to 5th there. By the looks of things, it is similar gearing around there from what I said I do in the dry, so he should have upshift maybe too early to 5th to get the grip. But he's managed to navigate it. It may not be the quickest, but he's navigated it nevertheless as he comes through Parabolica, running a little bit wide. He's decided to do the early upshift for that one. and managed to get some kind of grip coming out the final turn. Puts himself into 9th.
Now, Legends just started a lap, had a bit of an issue, whether that was no game sound or just wanted to set up, even though whatever. This is a car that completely missed turn 1 and 2 there. And that's a horrendous engine glitch.
It wasn't an engine glitch. If you were on board with Legends, that wasn't an engine glitch. That was him struggling to put the power down.
It sounded like an engine glitch because
it
sounded like he went from 2nd to about 5th.
He did essentially because there's no traction. Going up into 5th in these conditions, if you can't control that part, the power output, you do that. You rev all the way up to 5th trying to find grip. So that, because I've seen that happen a couple of times already this qualifying. But nevertheless, he's managing to navigate his this track.
Yep. He's navigating the map.
Sake.
GPS is installed.
Yep, he's following the GPS. Take the next left. Drive straight.
You are over the speed limit.
Right. You are over the speed limit. Take the next right.
Next right, I'm on a motorway. What's wrong with you?
Please straighten your car up and go across the line, and you will have reached your destination. And he puts it 3rd. That's all it needed.
Wow.
He needed the sat nav as Jose. Ooh.
Jose.
Oh, he's setting the challenge. He's finally come out and put himself into the pole position for now. So 27.6. That's a good improvement.
Will take some
especially considering I thought conditions were maybe getting a little bit worse. So he's probably just proven me wrong.
I mean, Callum, that's one way to avoid the barriers.
Surprised he's not dead, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's Oh, Jason's followed him. Not as dramatic, but never mind.
Well, that's a bit awkward.
Careful you don't get disqualified.
I think Speed Demon is about to finish a lap, so I'm going to jump forward with him as he comes through Parabolica.
Okay, thanks for that. I was wondering who got to next.
He might be starting one, because it looked like he saved a lot of ERS in that lap, so maybe he's just about to start one.
He may have made a... Oh, he was definitely on a lap, but he may have made a mistake, so he just...
Yeah, well, I think he's going for another one for this moment, so we'll watch him as he comes into turn 1 and 2. Back end stepping out, but he's managed to hold it together just. It would have cost him a little bit of time still, though, because it wouldn't have been ideal. But he's navigated it all as his back end kicks out, but he's managed to save that as well. He's made 2 saves in 1 lap here. He's on it. You know how they say it comes in 3s, but where's the 3rd one going to come? As he comes through the chicane, he doesn't quite get it turned in as early as he likes, so that's going to cost him time. That was not the fastest way through that chicane.
No, it wasn't. But he's still on the track, so that's one thing.
Oh, he was very close to running across the white line with all 4 wheels then, though. He was right on the limits of the Lesmos. Yeah. Actually, he might even validate because he's just gone down to 0 ERS.
Perhaps, yeah.
We have a yellow flag in sector 2. Not entirely sure what that's about. Oh, excuse the yawning. I'm a little bit tired.
It's okay. Not a problem.
Trying to work out who's doing what.
Just looking for something. Jason is not really on a good lap.
No, he's backed right off. He's using no ERS.
It's already out as we saw.
I think Speed Demon's going on another one, so... He's just started.
Slim pickings at this stage.
Yeah, it is a little bit, especially with 3.5 minutes left. I think we'll see a few... Oh, Speed Demon, massive loss of the rear end.
It's a massive moment, but... Again, keep it on the track, it's half the battle here.
I was surprised he hasn't turned on his ERS to go for another one after this, but he's running out of fuel. And to be honest with you, I think that's running out of time. He's...
That's probably his race. Well, his qualifying run, and that's... management, is that allowed?
Yes, that's the question. Is that allowed? Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Anyway, Clenzo's on a lap.
Maybe also for yes, Clenzo.
He's up to 208.
Good straight line speed considering there's no DRS. It looks like he's getting a little bit of a toe here as well, so that's going to be helpful for him. He's going to hope that Callum moves out the way.
Callum, stay
does
left.
Do so.
Thank you.
There's another car up ahead as well. Is that car going to stay out of the way? Yep, Barton's going to stay out of the way. Here we go then. So Clenzo's, he's probably been sat there worried a little bit that someone's going to get in his way, but he's managed to navigate it. Now he's coming up to the Lesmos, really pushing this car. You can just tell by the amount of the revs are hitting their maximum as he's gone navigate the first Lesmo fine. The next second one nicely actually. I said looks like a pretty good lap so far.
I was going to say that'll do for me. And here we have the run up into the Scari. A hotbed of problems in the dry, not so much in the wet apparently. Everyone's taking a little bit more cautious through there than
tell you
maybe
what,
they need
he's done
to.
A very good job around there actually. That's
decent line.
Looked like he carried a lot of speed for it being wet. This could be on contention for. I don't want to say pole, but it could be on contention for a good.
Should
top
be up
5.
there, yeah. Although, having said that. Like he struggled coming out the final corner a little bit, but top 4, right on the money, like you said.
Yeah, there we go. I think Alex. No, it wasn't Alex. I swear I just saw someone else improve as well a minute ago, but I'm not sure who it was. I'm not gonna lie. But it looks like there's a lot of people on laps now, so it's going to be take your pick.
The only people that can't improve are Speed Demon, Sink Norris, and Peanut. Or maybe Peanut's back out on track. Is he? Yes. I don't think he'll get round though. He's at turn 2 and a minute left. He might not make it.
No, I can't see it happening. I think he's left it way too late. He's going to have to. I don't even think even with really pushing 47 seconds at this point. It's not a 47-second lap from here, I don't believe. So
you'd struggle in the dry to get that.
So yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on those that are on a lap. I'm going to go on board with Jose. Just watch his lap as he ran wide there. I think he might have invalidated. It's a question of whether he can get round and do another one. As Chris,
I'm on with
there,
Callum.
actually improves himself to second.
The Parabolica.
Looked like Beacon improved as well. So Button being pushed down as he was the man to set the initial pace, but he's coming around the final corner. Parabolica. So is this going to be an improvement for him? I'm trying to work this out as he comes across the line. 27.7.
He can't get a lap in.
It was an improvement.
He can't get a lap in at all. Callum G, the most unluckiest man on the ILR4 grid on the Xbox side of things at the moment. It's taken out by a barrier last week, and now just can't get a lap in the wet.
Looks like he has started another one though, so maybe this is the one.
Okay. Legend struggling, was a little bit up on his time, but probably lost all that advantage as he comes through the first Lesmo, and now the second.
Callum looks like he's on an alright lap at the moment, but he's not really turned his ERS up at all, so he's being very, very cautious trying to get a lap in, but with him being this cautious, I don't know if he's going to go. Oh, it was Alex, actually.
Alex, hello
puts
there.
himself up into first. Beautiful.
I said Jose's
lap
lap would take some beating.
And Alex gave it that some.
Way clear. Yeah. Here comes Legends. Yeah, did he improve? Not a lot if he did.
I don't think he did. Was Callum's going around Parabolica. Is this the lap that he actually gets to set one? There we go, Callum.
Yes, it is.
Beautiful,
there
man.
you go.
There we go. Third place.
Good job,
what
man.
A beautiful, beautiful job, sir. I said you were being a bit cautious on that ERS, but maybe I'm the moron. You managed to place it in third, so you know.
That should be it.
Yeah, that will be it as Giant's gone into the pits. So that is your qualifying order. I will give you the rundown as we load into the next screen because no more luck. Giant will retire in a minute, and I won't be able to run down it now. That's actually a point that's just been made in the chat. There's going to be scenes at turn 1. Think about it. Full wets.
There certainly is.
People struggle to get turn 1 right on a dry start, let alone...
I was going to say, it's terrifying enough in the dry, but add water.
Let's do this rundown real quick. Luckily, I don't have to scroll anywhere, so we'll start down in 14th with St. Norris going up. Then you have Speed Demon, Peanut, Mystic. Top 10 is Jason, Legends, Clenzo, Button Beacon, Chris, Giant. Then your top 3 is Callum, Jose, and Alex.
Great lap, we didn't see it.
This is where we don't even have to look at tyres. Actually, this is a fault. We don't have to think of strategy. If it's going to be a full wet race, what are we looking at? Oh, I don't know, actually. I don't know how long the full wet's going to last around here.
No, luckily I've never had to run them on this game around here. And long may that continue, but it's certainly going to be at least a one-stop, and how many front rings you want to get through is up to you.
That will be
hopefully none, because that'll make it really hard, because you get less wet tyres, which I find is stupid.
I have to say, that track looks absolutely soaked right now.
Yeah, it's not pleasant to see, won't be pleasant to drive on for a while, but the scenes, as you say, at turn 1 are going to be memorable.
If we make it through turn 1 cleanly, I will.
Think carefully.
I know. I am thinking carefully because I have this feeling it's going to happen. I don't really know what I would do, to be honest with you. I don't know what I would do. Let's just see what happens. Could be interesting to watch as Alex is wasting no time on this formation lap. Look at him go. He's giving it. I think he might be giving it a test run, you know, into turn 1. He's saying, right, where's the grip?
Really
there it is.
Really wants to know where the grip is and where it isn't, more specifically.
Which, to be fair, is not a bad shout, considering cold tyres at the start in the wet. Makes no difference because they're going to be cold anyway.
Of course. Yeah. Most pointless formation lap in the history of league racing right now.
Normally I would put this on tyres, right? But that seems pointless.
I have, because that's habit, but everyone knows we're on wet, so what else do we look at?
Position change?
Stops? I mean, I guess we can keep that up. Leave it like that. Everyone's on wets for now, but doesn't look like there's a break in the weather at all, so I don't expect any transitioning to intermediates at this intermediates at this stage. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will indeed see what happens as these boys aren't. I'm not saying not going to say they're fully going for it, but they're definitely giving it a test, seeing where this grip is. This formation lap has not been slow, that's for sure. So hopefully this means that going through this first lap, we won't see too many incidents. People knowing where roughly the grip is, knowing where these tyres can turn on. It's going to give them the full idea because it's not racing speed, but it will give them some idea.
It certainly will. I mean, you can see for yourself just how wet it is out there. Rain buffeting off the car. The racing line just non-existent at this point. So good luck into turn 1, everybody.
Here we go. The first couple cars.
Everyone take a deep breath.
Up. This could be a moment where madness happens, and we will react.
React away.
There you go. The last car is lined up on the grid as we go to the lights. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away they go.
Honestly.
I had 5 red lights, so yeah, as they look like they've got away, looks like the Williams of Giants got away very, very well. The McLaren of Jose not so good.
Oh my goodness me.
Oh, there has already been madness as a Williams and an Alfa are off.
Giants been involved. Again.
Giant picked up a penalty for that. I'm not sure that's fair game. Come on.
Oh, come on, lads. Come on, Coldies. Get a grip, lads.
You have this contract for ages yet. Alex has pulled away though, but Callum and Jose are side by side going into the chicane. This is where, Contact. Oh,
Oh my
we've
God,
had a battle on
demon.
Hamilton,
Oh,
except-
Jesus.
Well, Hamilton stayed on the track, but
What
we've
the
had a
hell?
battle on Hamilton. There we go. Did anyone
Oh,
actually
my word.
pick up Jose as he was spun? That's a question.
I was sort of trying to filter through to get a good look at it, but no, I missed it, I think.
I think there's going to be a few people pitting on this lap with some front wing damage from what we've seen already, as St. Norris is out. He's definitely out.
I don't know what happened, I couldn't see it.
The exit of the
I imagine
Lesmos.
he's been thrown off by the Lesmos, yeah.
Yes, the Lesmos completely and utterly. I don't know whether he was chucked or whether there was contact, but that's definitely where it's gone. So
feels like from where he was, he would have done that by himself, but I could be wrong on that. We'll find out later.
Little bit of a mad start, but there's a bit of a train going on back here from third down to I would say sixth. Less than a second between each of the cars respectively, and then a little bit further back we've got a battle going on for seventh as well, with Clenzo making a move on the Ferrari of Jason. It's the Mercedes Ferrari battle. This seems all too familiar, with a Red Bull stuck in there as well. Why not? Do you know what?
And of course.
I mean, there's Toro Rosso following them, but you have the three main competitors having a little go at each other there, and are definitely still at it, as it looks like Clenzo's made that move stick, so Jason's going to try and fight back, but I don't know if he's going to get it wrong. These camera angles, Cody, seriously, I can't see anything from that.
It's wet, and I rarely see, so we have all kinds of problems to broadcast this race if we can't see what's going on. How the drivers must feel.
Oh, the drivers
must be non-existent for them.
Going into a braking zone, not being able to see, it must be absolutely horrendous. I mean, I know I've driven these conditions before, and I know it's not fun, but around a track like this that I absolutely hate, and I'm not sure there are others out there at the moment, if they hate it, this would be a horrendous thing for them to go through right now. Legends, he was right on the back of Button then, but he's outbraked himself and made a bit of a gap, so that attack is now off for him. The gaps are starting to open up a little bit. Still a little bit of a train going on at the back, still a little bit at the front, but no one really making any moves. Button close to Beacon, but not deciding to do anything. Oh, Beacon though has missed the corner by the looks of things. He's managed to come back on ahead of Button without getting a penalty. So Giant got one for his, but okay, whatever. Well, pretend Masters Games is completely and utterly consistent. As Button there, look, he's side by side with Beacon, with the Force India of Legends right behind as they're going side by side through the chicane.
The what?
Button's but Beacon defending this quite well, but Button's got an amazing run, and now Legends is also going to be down the inside of Beacon. They're keeping it clean as it currently stands. I'm struggling.
I don't want to do this in the dry, lads.
These...
How are you doing it in the wet?
The camera angles are horrendous, so I didn't see how that battle ended. It looks like, Legends has come back out behind Beacon, so he's got to line himself up and try that one again. Well, that's kind of essentially the camera angle I got, I'm not going to lie.
We're on lap 3.
Yeah, only lap 3 of 27.
Still raining.
And it's still raining. No, Mackie, it's dry.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was looking out the wrong window.
Oh dear. Gaps are definitely starting to form between some of these drivers.
Surprised we only had one person in the pit lane on the first lap, to be fair. Well, not the first lap, but only one person in. Chris Jones in P13. Everyone else, not going to venture yet.
Ooh, Legends of Beacon at it again, I just noticed on the thing.
Yeah, there's a bit of a Clenzo, Jason and Mystic right behind there, though.
Yeah, I think Jason is getting a good run. This slipstream will help, although not necessarily through that turn, because it's pretty much flat out, but with the dirty air and the wet. But it looks like he's going to be side by side with him as they come through the chicane. I'm going to jump to the onboard any minute now because the camera angle becomes terrible. As there we go. Yep, he's still side by side with him coming into the Lesmos. This is not a place to be side by side. It's already terrible.
That is way too brave, sir.
Yeah,
Please don't do that
Clenzo
again.
was very sideways. I'm not sure if there was any contact. To me, that looked like there wasn't. But
I don't think there was.
Clenzo's walked
But
out
you
on
never
top, and
know
now
with this
Mystic
game,
is
and here comes
attacking
Mystic.
Jason because because Jason ended up having a compromised run. This is the thing about attacking while you're having to defend at the same time. That's put Mystic past going in
Oh,
into
goodness.
Ascari. That's a great
Peanut
land
and
himself
Jose
up, but
behind as
now,
well.
yeah, now, oh, Mystic's made a mistake though.
Oh,
Oh, Mystic making a mistake, and that's giving
He's gone
Jason
in
the
too
position
deep.
back.
And Mystic's going to lose out to the
Oh,
speed demon as
Jose,
well here, presumably.
Jose here making a move on Peanut.
There we go.
Well, making that
These
mistake.
changes are happening all over.
Yeah. This is some good racing considering the conditions. Peanut there in the slipstream of Jose, so he's saying I want that position back. At the moment it looks like Jose's got a good run, but Peanut's gonna go for the outside line, which will be the inside of turn 2 if he can stick it. As he comes in, he looks like he's outbrakes himself. There's a bit of contact, but they've both made it through cleanly. But now we're gonna see Mystic here coming fighting back against Peanut after him making a mistake. And he's managed to get past that nice and clean. And while this is all happening, Jason's still on the right on the rear end of Clenzo. He is not giving him any breathing room. If Clenzo makes a single mistake, that will be Jason going by and saying, see you later.
Yeah, it's so too easy to make a tiny little mistake which could impact someone's race, whether it's your own or the person directly behind you. As Legends is still on the back of a car but can't quite find his way through Beacon.
Yeah, he's got to try and remain calm, especially in these conditions. I know it's a horrible place to be sat behind a car, but if he can keep this kind of pressure on, eventually Beacon will make that mistake that Legends is waiting for to allow himself past up into 5th place.
Absolutely, yeah, and you know, you just got to keep trying to put the guy in front under pressure to make a mistake, and
to be fair, this could be his opportunity with the slipstream. He's definitely going to be in a position to attack. Here we go. He's jumping to the outside again, for inside for turn 2. If he can keep it running outside, he's definitely got it. He's managed to get a stop better than Peanut.
He's kept that on the track somehow.
He's managed to keep that on the track, and he's gained that position. Beacon, unless he can fall into that slipstream, but I think he's too late getting into that slipstream, so that'll be Legends past. And if Legends can start making a gap, then that will he'll hold that position.
Giant is half a second off Callum in P2 and 3. So we're going to take a look at that now.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that as it is for the for one of the top 3 positions. With Button, I'll tell you what, Button's closing in on these guys again. He was 2 seconds back not too long ago, and now he's 1.1. So he's not losing sight of them.
I certainly noticed that too. He's definitely just doing what he needs to do to keep himself in touch.
I mean, I haven't noticed anything either, but from what I've noticed, no penalties. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen any.
Apart from the obvious BS ones for turn 1,
well, yeah.
I haven't seen any either.
So this race still open to be racing for positions as all. Giant was having a little bit of a look, but thought better of it, especially in these conditions around Parabolica, not a place where you want to come offline really. But now he's going to have the slipstream and hopefully the run on Callum so that he can take a little look. He's trying to jump out the slipstream too early though. He needs to get right up his rear end as he's looking down the inside, but he's going to have to think better of that. Just stick him behind him for these turns as, oh, there you go, Callum goes deep, and that's going to give him a chance to attack, but he's pushed out onto the grass, and then that's going to give Button the opportunity to come by.
Button's through.
There you go. That's all Button needed. Button needed a bit of a mistake from either of them, and there it was. And now he's going to get past Callum as well. This is fantastic stuff. And that is how, in a couple corners, ladies and gentlemen, you make up 2 positions. You keep yourself nice and calm, keep yourself in the distance, and they will make the mistakes.
Exactly. What we said earlier, just try and make the guy in front of you make a mistake.
Jose also on the back of Jason back here for 8th place. Was closer a little second ago. But he's about to come onto the straight for just before Ascari, so if he can get a good run out of here, he'll definitely have an opportunity to attack.
Under typical conditions, you'd pop open that DRS, but as we know, disabled in the wet.
Yeah, that's going to make overtaking around here a little bit harder, just because the straight lines is pretty much the major place to do overtakes around here. It's all about having the top speed, and suddenly that's been thrown out the window.
Yeah, it's still possible to make an overtake, as you just saw with Button there going up into P2, but it's not as easy as it would be if you just had a little bit of a DRS boost.
Yeah, it's still possible with the slipstream and everything else, but it's a lot easier for the driver ahead to defend now. As
you can see.
Yeah, here you go, Jose.
He's going for it.
He's going for it, but look, because there's no DRS, the other car is still side by side, and there you go, Jose picking up a penalty there.
Jesus. I mean, really?
Well, Codemasters for you, I suppose.
I couldn't really see, probably. I don't think he left the track, but it's more than likely he did. Just to leave space for the car beside.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a leave of the track, but then the camera angle didn't really show where he was. And oh, hang on, he's suddenly on the back of Clenzo. Clenzo's made a mistake.
Yeah, what has happened there?
Clenzo must have made a massive mistake, and now suddenly he's being absolutely swarmed by cars.
Oh, I think what he was, I got to him just coming out of the second chicane, and that's just what the hell? That's Clenzo pirouetting.
Yeah, I think there might have been a slight little bit of contact with Jason, but nothing aggressive. Yeah. They were just side by side, and tiny bit of contact has thrown him off.
Didn't see anything fly off, but it could well have lost a little bit on the right side.
As you say, the right side is missing a lot of front wing.
Yeah.
Now that'll be him coming into the pits. That'll give Chris a position back. But
there's Pino going very slowly as well. I think he's overdone it at Scary.
He has probably overdone it, but I don't think he's got damage. I think he's going to have got away with that one. Oh, actually, no, he might be missing an end plate, actually.
We'll check as he maybe veers right as he comes around the final corner.
Yeah, here you go.
Yes, they both pit.
So that's going to give Chris 2 positions. Suddenly, Chris is going to
get
back
it
up
slowed
into 11.
down. Yep.
Oh, Callum and Giant. Here we go. I think Giant's just made a move there for third. And now Callum's going to have to fight back with the dirty air around here, though. Not ideal. If you jump on board, look how much you can see. You can see that flashing light in just about that rear wing, and that's about all you can see.
Yeah, that's very poor.
I don't see how these people are picking out their braking points, considering they have... oh no, they have line. Why do I keep forgetting they have line?
Not sure. But if they didn't have line, this would be a lot.
I don't understand how
tricky.
people with no line pick out their braking points, to be honest.
How do you drive in the wet? I mean, I can't do it in the dry, but how would you do it in the wet?
Just some people have more skill than us, I guess. Yeah, Button spared in the pit lane out there. But Button looks like he doesn't have damage, so is that the end of these tyres, or has he got damage? Is the sign I've missed? No, he's not changing front wing. So are these tyres...
gone for an aggressive undercut, possibly? I don't know.
He could have gone for an aggressive undercut, or is it just these tyres? They're only lasting about a third of the race. It's a possibility.
I'm not sure. We'll see if Giant or Alex pits on this lap, or Callum, or any of the leaders, really. And that question will answer itself.
What's going on here with Callum and Giant? Oh, yeah.
Well, that was a lot of brakes. Very little stopping action.
Looks like that's cost him a lot of time, and now Legends is right there, along with Beacon. Suddenly, there's 4 cars fighting for second.
And there's Jason struggling with track limits. No idea where that is. So
it's funny how after I say I haven't seen any penalties other than those BS ones at the start, people start getting penalties.
Yeah. It's a curse shifted.
Don't say that. Oh, Callum making a mistake out of Ascari. That's going to give Legends up to 3rd place. This is so far a fantastic drive. Legends making up 6 plus positions so far this race. He's driving absolutely fantastically right now. He's not had a lot of luck in previous races, as we have a yellow flag in sector 3. What is that for?
I'm not entirely certain.
I don't know. But as I was saying, yeah,
May have
Legends
been Speed Demon.
Legends hasn't had a lot of luck in the races so far this season. But right now, he's on target to have a good one.
Yep, but I'm not going to say any more about that in case the... Oh dear, that's too wide coming around turn 2 in the wet. That's
yeah, and
not
they're still
ideal
going
for anyone.
Oh, Callum with a little bit of loss of traction there. That was probably a scary,
That's
scary
not going to end well. Come on.
Beacon's having a little bit of look in the slipstream, and suddenly he's coming back at him though. And oh, this is
He's
he's
stopped.
missed his brakes.
Absolutely not.
Somehow
That's never
Callum's
going to
avoided
work.
that and still made the corner. I don't know how he's managed that one.
The rain does funny things to Formula 1 cars, I suppose.
Oh, what's gone on there?
What the hell happened there?
Hold on. Somehow,
Don't even know where
Barnes
that
just
is.
rear-ended Jason because Jason was going extremely, extremely slowly. But I don't know if he picked up damage from it. I think he's picked up damage. He has picked up damage. Oh, Button has unfortunately picked up damage from that.
I don't know what happened. I missed it, unfortunately.
I don't know. I'll record the last end bit of what I've got in case someone from the team or from wants it, but that's...
I'm at a loss to explain what happened there, unfortunately.
I can't explain.
Go back to the battle I was watching.
Still got front wing and everything, so I don't understand what suddenly happened to him. He's suddenly lost everything he had, and now we could see Button into the pits again, because this damage could seriously affect. I mean, look at the understeer there. Giant's in. So yeah, these... If he was to go over 12, that'll take him to 24. So he's going to got to try and stretch these 15 laps, and he's only taken the first one 12. I mean...
Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? But it might be...
There you go, Button in again. That's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, at least he got it stopped in time this time. But he does have that the stop go, so this is going to be a long time in the garage.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy, especially considering he was on for a good race. But
yeah,
anything
his
could still
qualifying
happen.
started so well. But yeah, as you say, with these conditions, and in fact with this track's nature, anything can happen, and very usually does.
Yeah, well, with the first round of pit stops now happening, we've got gaps opening. Yes, the closest right now is Beacon and Callum, but I think Callum's solidly holding that position as it currently stands. Although Callum so far has made a few mistakes, so maybe Beacon can pounce on that. Although Beacon's made one himself.
Saying that. Good save.
Sir. Maybe the curse has shifted to me, and whoever I say something about is having issues. I just... Or maybe what it is, you have the curse for the dry and I have the curse for the wet.
Oh, that's another theory. Okay, management. We can sort this out. Just trying to find battles at the moment. No one's really anywhere near each other. Beacon and Callum seem to be the closest, but they're not really that close in these conditions.
Yeah, these are the closest.
The
they're
curb
not really
there for Beacon.
Yeah, Beacon making
not gonna help.
Too many mistakes to even think about getting close. I think they're coming up to lap car.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Oh, Clenzo's out.
Not sure where.
2.5 seconds to Legends. Is that Legends' car? That doesn't look like a 2.5 second gap.
It looks about... Wow. There's no way that's 2.5 seconds. I'm very confused. Welcome to the weekly meltdown where Maggie tries to figure out the timing. It never looks what it says.
Here we go, we can watch something that's happening on track here. I know Button's on fresh tyres and, well, actually so is Mystic. So here we go, Button racing Mystic for position. As he's going to have a little cheeky look down the inside of the little curve as they're coming into the chicane, the chicane as I like to call it. But they're going side by side. Will it end the same way? Oh, there's a little bit of contact there, a little bump from Mystic onto Button, but both make it through without any damage. So that's managed. Oh, Beacon into the pits. He's decided he wants to undercut Callum. So that's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on. Which one will be out ahead once Callum decides to pit? Jason
this
here
race is
looking
about
right
to
behind.
pick up.
I tell you
Well,
what,
nothing's gonna happen.
Chris. Oh, is it Chris? Who was the guy in the pits on that one?
I believe it was Chris very early on. Yeah, he was the only one to make an early stop.
Yeah, I believe it was Chris. So Chris here, all of a sudden, could be in a shell for some points if he can have a very good final stint. Yes, he's got a pit again, but if he can have a good stint once he's pitted, he could be a man I watch to suddenly come back into the points. There you go, Button and Mystic again having a little bit of a tussle as they're the only two on track right next to each other, so we'll keep an eye on both of these as Button's got an absolutely monstrous run on Mystic here. Which way is Mystic going to go? Mystic's going to hold the inside for turn one as Button's going to have a look around the outside.
And in the background, the two Ferraris are going at it.
Oh, here we go. Button absolutely lined himself up to get the cut back on Mystic here as he's... Oh, 5-second penalty there for Jason for corner cut, and I didn't see that, so I don't know if that's completely fair or not.
Yeah, I did.
But
it is. It's one of those ones that's fair, but if you get it, you're annoyed because people do the same thing and don't get it, but you miss the corner, so...
Fair enough, but Button here still having a battle here with Mystic as it's Button's turn to put Mystic out of position for the turn, and there we go. Button getting his revenge and then taking position. As Alex Pitts, here we go. So that's our leader into the pits. Should still come nicely well out ahead of the Giant. And there we go. That's beautiful for him. That's what he wants to see, coming out ahead of his rivals. Oh, actually, the Giant goes fastest. The Giant's saying, hey, you may have come out ahead of me, but you need to pick up some pace. And Gab's opened up again. I guess Jason now on Mystic is, I suppose, and Peanut, I guess. These are the three to watch at the minute until we see some more rounds of some more people pits, shall I say.
Two Ferraris. They're sort of in a battle now.
Oh, it's Jason really gets really close to Mystic on Parabolica. I think Mystic is just having problems. It looks like he's not quite as confident as some of these guys right now.
Doesn't like the new tyres. I don't know.
Well, that is a theory.
Oh,
whoa,
dear me.
Mystic, mate. I know he's not right on your butt, but that's a bit weavy, isn't it?
It's a bit, yeah.
But Jason closing in. So, but like you say, it could be these fresh tyres. I know I'm one of these kind of people that I actually do better on a worn set of wet condition tyres, whether it's the inters or the wets. So I always do better on a worn set. The fresh set just don't feel like any grip. And now Mystic, there you go, making more of a mistake, and Jason just slots on past him. Says, thank you for that position, good sir.
I guess to get past Mystic.
Yeah, I think we'll see Peanut make his way past any minute now. As Giant again goes quickest. He's putting the hammer down and really wants to put the pressure on Alex. There's all Jose as well. But
hang on. Don't forget about me.
So don't forget about me, even though I'm 11 seconds behind you both. But that could mean that he catches Beacon and he could take position off Beacon. So that could be an interesting little battle to watch towards the end. As Peanut's now just lining himself up. He needs to get a good run out of Parabolica. Touching the grass there is not going to help though.
No, it certainly won't. But that's, I mean, where are you going now?
Yeah, I don't know where he's going, but here we go, slipstream for Peanut. I'm surprised the Legends and Callum hasn't pitted yet, but is Peanut going to be in a position to make a move? He's having a think about it. Oh, here we go, and he's not got it stopped.
No.
That's, in my eyes, there we go, position back. Mystic luckily didn't get any penalty for that, as he had to play the avoiding game. But now Peanut is in a perfect position to now have an attack, and Peanut's not going to be, Mystic's not going to be too happy if Peanut can make this work for now. But Mystic looks like he's managed to defend it. He's now got to make sure he defends this through the Lesmos, although maybe he wants to be behind coming out of them, because then he gets the slipstream down the straight. Who knows?
Who knows what you do in these conditions, but I'd rather be the car in front so I can see where the hell I'm going.
Yeah, I suppose that's the thing, as Peanut gives Mystic a little bit of a love tap and says, hey, get out of my way, sir.
If you could possibly just move out of the way a moment, sir, I would appreciate it.
Still down the inside, that's a brave place to be looking to make an overtake, sir. But Mystic all over the place.
Oh,
There we go.
there you go.
And Mr. Grand,
That's
he's
gone
managed to
like
keep
that.
it out of a wall. But he's now going to fall very, 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 very far behind.
You mentioned Legends a moment ago. I was trying to work out the gap and the pit lane time that he'd need to come out in where he'd come out, and he's in a good position right now.
He is in a fantastic position. Currently, actually, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to jinx him, as it seems to be on the curse for the wet. But yeah, he's definitely in a good position right now. I'm having a little look at this 12, 17. It looks like he could come out in 4th as it currently stands.
Yeah.
But he's gone on for another lap.
Not this lap. What's Callum doing?
Callum decides to do? Callum goes on as well. These boys,
Interesting.
Maybe they're just enjoying the warm tyres. Maybe they're having a Yumi scenario.
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe they have like no tyre wear. So why pit?
That's a point actually, because you can go to the end in wet conditions on the same set of tyre you start on. So
yep, there's no mandatory stop there, I don't think, in the rules.
No, there's not, because I have done it before in a race around Canada where you can just go all the way to the end on the wet tyres.
Good job, man. So yeah, it's always worth considering, but I'm pretty sure they will pit at some point. But they don't have to, is essentially what we're saying. Look forward to see what they do. But there's no one to really... Who do we look at?
To be honest
Should we
with
just
you, I don't know.
try and learn Spanish or something? Really nothing to do at the moment.
You know? I don't know.
Oh wow. There's a car going around the track.
Oh. There's a car going around the track? No. What? Cars go around this track, sir? I didn't know that.
You know what? I actually think it's all an illusion and the track goes underneath the car. The cars aren't actually moving.
Do you know what? Yes. I tell you what, I just watched how much Callum was down on his best lap time so far on this lap that he's just completed, and he's still doing a good job. He's only just over 3.5 tenths down on that lap from his personal best, so maybe these tyres are just in a good position. I'm going to keep an eye on Legends and see how he's faring compared to his best lap. Oh, I mean, in the first sector, he's up. So...
Well, that's always something.
Maybe
as
what
long
these
as you
boys
keep
are doing,
improving, there's no need to change tyres.
I think what these boys might be doing is they're not necessarily going as quick as the others on a lap, but they're being consistent, so that their tyre wear's lower, and they've got that consistent lap time the whole race, which means well, that they can go to the end if they so choose to. As he's up a 10th in he's still up a 10th in the middle sector, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on when he comes across the start finish. Comes down 3. Ooh. So,
I don't know if you made a mistake. I wasn't watching. I was just trying to filter to see if there's anything going on anywhere. Well, yeah, I'll just follow the leader for a bit.
Yeah, this is going to come across the line. And it was an improvement on his best lap. So, Legends still managing to take these tyres. I think Legends is going to I think they're both going to the end, you know.
I think that they... Oh, well, Alex is like, I'll take that back, thank you, by 31,000th of a second.
Oh, no, but Johnny said no.
I'll take it by 4.
I'll have it, thank you.
4,000th quicker. That's a sensational battle. If only they were next to each other on the track. That would be ridiculous to watch. But they're not, so we can't.
But yeah, I think at this point in the race, we've only, what, 120, so you've got 7.5 laps. You would think they're going to the end. They have to be.
If they haven't stopped by now, they probably aren't going to think about it. So, good luck to them.
Which means that Chris, to be fair, could be going to the end as well since his pit stop, which means he's in a fantastic position to score points. Maybe he's not in the position he would have been in if he had gone to the end from the start of the race, but It's a good recovery drive so far, especially with the next car behind him being 14, nearly 15 seconds behind.
Yeah, it's always worth thinking about. You never really know what's about to happen. And when you think you know, when you think you've got it figured out, somebody changes the question.
I think the bit to watch here at the moment is that gap between Speed Demon and Button. I think Button is going to close in on Speed Demon and go for an overtake at some point soon. And they seem to be the closest on track, so
okay, let's
this is the one
go
to
back
watch.
to them. They are closest on track, so if we can see them, we'll watch them. It's just not dried up at all.
Oh,
at all,
Speed Demon's just
like...
letting past. Yeah,
oh well.
I mean, they are teammates, but
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, he could be saying go and catch Chris, but it's a big gap to catch.
I don't know if Speed Demon's a permanent driver. I can't remember. Maybe he was just letting his... I don't know. He's just playing the team game. Whatever. Maybe he just knows that Button's quicker than him right now, so why hold him up?
Which is fair enough. I mean, if I was in that position, I would have battled him, because there's no way he's catching the car ahead unless he's 2 seconds a lap quicker than the car ahead. And that's just the catch.
Yep. Catching up is one thing, but overtaking is quite another.
Yes, indeed it is. As Alex is also catching the two up ahead. Definitely slowly but surely, but again, it's going to be a question of can he overtake, and to be fair,
still 1.5 seconds, I'll go watch it.
I don't think these guys are going to necessarily hand that position over easily, especially Callum. I don't know if Alex is going to be able to catch Legends up ahead. I mean, Legends is doing a fantastic job right now, but he's definitely going to catch Callum. It's just a question of how hard can Callum defend.
Exactly. We will go and check that out very shortly, because the gap is closing. But for now, we're just looking at nothing in particular, because why not? I feel like a car just lost some front wing on a wall somewhere, because I just saw it flop over from the wall. Maybe it's just... oh, Mystic's at the back. How long has he been there?
I'm pretty sure he's been there for ages, mate. To be honest with you.
Alright.
Because he got overtaken, didn't he, by both Ferraris after making several mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We did see it. Jesus. Terrible job, that.
Oh, there you go. Mystic has given up. Or has he crashed?
Literally just... I don't know. I was on board with him, so I don't know where he was. But anyway. Just 11 runners left from the 14 that took to the river.
I just watched Callum drive past his car, and his car was definitely in a wall.
Alright, fair enough then. But Alex and Callum now is the battle to look at, I believe. Callum's
yeah, I think
not so confident right now.
I think this should be a relatively easy job here for Alex. Should not struggle too much at all to get past Callum at this point. But then again, Callum might defend this for all he's worth.
I mean, you might as well, but it depends on how much faith you've got in the machinery beneath you to fight a much faster car.
Yeah, I think
you just let him go and hope he takes you with him.
I think, to be fair, what I would do is I'd give him a few attempts to defend.
Just let him go.
Just let him go by. What I would have done in that scenario is I would have given it a few attempts to defend, because I don't want to just give up a second place. Do you know what I mean? But if in the end I'm just not able to defend that position, I'd let him go and I'd work on keeping my gap for third. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Still go for that podium.
But each driver is different.
Yeah, each driver is different.
Right.
I'm just saying that's what I would personally do. Callum's thought, well, what's the point in wasting time to fight for a second that I'm probably not going to hold when I can try and do what I can as well third anyway. But again, Giant's going to come probably very, very quickly at this point. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. So Callum's going to have to work hard to keep that third place.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Giant now. He seems to have so much more grip through Ascari than Callum before him. But, again, still got to give it some to go catch him.
Yeah, he still needs to be doing 2+ seconds a lap. I mean, what, we're on lap 24. You got 3 and a 3/4 laps or so.
Yeah.
To do this. So yeah, you're looking at about 2 seconds a lap and then the overtake. So
it's definitely not going to be easy, but can he do it? We'll see shortly. Well, not shortly, but in a few laps.
That is the biggest question.
Legends
I think
is
also
still up
we
on
need
his
to...
sector
Is
1
Legends
time
still
there,
up?
12 thousandths. He's still up on his lap times, yeah.
I'm gonna go watch him for the end of the lap in a minute and find out. But again, like I was gonna say,
Swear to God,
get to
this
watch
man
in a
is
minute.
half cyborg. I am convinced he's half cyborg now.
I think we need to keep an eye on that Jose gap. Just 1.8.
Yep.
It's definitely got smaller than it was. So it's
Definitely
just a
on board
question
with him
of
now then.
can
See
he
if we can
do
close up the
anything.
beacon.
I'm gonna watch Legends cheekily for a minute just to see if he finishes this lap up. If he finishes this lap up, I might cry.
This could possibly be one of the strangest podiums we've seen since we've been doing ILR.
It could be.
Based on the context of everything
do you
that's
want to know
happened.
what? He wasn't up. He was down, right? But it was by 0.011. This man
Oh man,
is half robot.
he has to be confirmed.
I definitely would not be that consistent on 24 lap old wets.
I wouldn't be that consistent on 4 lap old softs.
Okay,
So
that's jeez. Well, I mean, all right. I wouldn't.
obviously,
I
I'm
wouldn't
just
have done that
I'm comparing it to like being in the dry, but obviously I wouldn't be wearing softs in the wet because I'm not stupid. But my point is the same. I guess we know who's winning driver of the day today.
I mean, it definitely, if it stays like this. I mean, what? 8 positions. He's being very, very consistent. I don't think he's picked up a penalty. No, he does have 2 warnings though,
for him.
so that is going to be one to watch.
He's on the edge. Alex just isn't making a lot of inroads into that gap ahead of him.
No, he's not.
Physically, Callum, he's just not.
I think
Jose's not really gaining since I went on board with him either.
He's gained a little bit. He's got about 4 attempts. He's still got a couple of laps, I guess, to try and do something. Oh, especially if Beacon's making mistakes like that.
Well, there we go. That's going to help Jose.
Now within that second, this is where the slipstream really starts to kick in once you're within that second range.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this game doesn't really have existent long-distance tow very much. But definitely once you're within that 1 second, it definitely starts to affect. As Beacon tried to break
break it. Yeah.
He's trying to break it, yeah. But which way is Beacon going to go?
Resistance is futile.
Beacon goes down the. I think Beacon went too defensive into that corner there. I think that could cost him a little bit. Jose was not close enough to think of making a move.
There you go, struggling to get the power down though as he gets a much better exit by the look of it. This one's not over yet though.
Yeah, Jose breaking the slipstream for a minute there, I guess, so he can just see where that corner's coming up. As he is essentially blind. Giant is also catching Callum as well, so I think that could end up being a last lap battle if Giant can really get the hammer down.
Yeah, we'll stay on board with Jose for now, but I'll go look at the Giant on the final lap.
Jose needs a good run through here, or he wants Beacon to make a mistake like he did last time. Will either of these things happen? Jose's looking like he's going to get a good run, but Beacon's not necessarily made that mistake. He's run wide. but I wouldn't call it a mistake as Alex sets the fastest lap. He's finally said, look, I'm going to close that gap, but it's going to be too little too late.
Maybe a little bit too late.
As Jose's definitely close to him Beacon a bit more.
Barnstorming finish. Stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah, a couple of positions could still change at this point. Jose's got an absolutely monstrous run here on Beacon. Which way is Beacon going to go defend? Beacon also goes down the inside. He'll have the outside for turn 2. Jose's having a look around the outside. Oh, they
can get it stopped.
Absolutely missed the turn then. Jose's going to have to get a run out here. He's going to get the run here though. Oh no, he's not, because he's lost all traction.
No.
Oh my god.
He just couldn't. Wow. Almost like someone had hit reverse in the middle of that, and now he's just got to be careful not to bin both of them.
He's going to go...
Sure he won't, but...
This chicane here, which Beacon's going to try and hold around the side. Oh, Oh, wow. I tell you what. They made it. I'll give him their due.
Well.
They went through that cleanly. Oh, Giant here, though. He's right on the back of Callum, coming up to Ascari. We're going to have to watch this one as they're coming through the final lap, through the final sector. This is going to be where the final podium position is at. I don't know what the penalty situation for both these drivers is, so this could be an absolutely waste of a battle.
I'm anxious to find out, though.
But Giant here, he's going to look to get the slipstream. He's going to be right on Callum here. He's going to try and go down the inside of Parabolica. They're going to be side by side as Callum's going to try and do the cutback, get a better run. It looks like Giant's going to find his traction though, whereas Callum hasn't. Callum has his fuel light. Well, both of them have their fuel light thingy.
Don't I think?
Giant's
got a penalty we don't remember.
And there we
go.
He did. He had one
that we didn't remember.
Callum the third place.
I knew someone had one. Couldn't remember who.
Jose and Beacon.
And oh yes, Giant got one right at the start.
Oh yeah,
he was,
oh my god, Jose's got a run on Beacon here. It's going to be across the line. Oh my god. Wait, was that done by penalty or was that side by side?
I don't know.
The delta's not there, so I have no idea whether that was done by penalty or not.
There's no delta. I don't know what the distance is, but Jose appears to be.
Hold on, let's have a look. Beacon had 2 penalties. Jose had 1. I think that was done by penalties.
Okay.
Oh, jeez, I'll tell you what, penalties, they gave us some excitement even though they're penalties, so well done, boys.
No stop. Mighty and Legends.
Yeah.
And Callum G. That's sensational. Jason will get the final point, I believe. No, he won't, because he had about 4,000 penalties, so he drops to P11. Peanut takes his final point today. But I'm still a bit iffy about the podium, because Giant's penalty, in my opinion, is absolute horse crap. But
yeah, I think
you've got to leave him off the podium for now.
Removed, but unfortunately, yeah, like you say, we can't give him the podium talk because we don't get to make that decision. So for now,
not yet. Give us another 2 seasons, maybe. We'll have the powers to do so. But no.
No, that's it. I think we give Gerald the data legends as well. By the way, absolutely fantastic drive. But let me quickly do my rundown before we start inviting. So right. DNFs, we have Norris, Clenzo and Mystic. Then 11th up we have Jason, Peanut Demon, Button, Chris, Beacon, Jose, Giant. Then our top 3 are Callum, Alex and Legends, who we will now get in to do the podium talk.
We will. As I just sit here and wonder what the hell is going on in the world. Cheeky no stop.
Oh. Very cheeky, very, very cheeky.
Cheeky no stops. I love it. Look at this, you know, one stop buffoon. What were you thinking?
We'll get to that in a minute. Legends hasn't joined yet. We're debating whether if he doesn't join in a sec, we will just go on without him. Unfortunately, that would be a shame. But
I'll keep trying to get him in because I presume you'll be starting with 3rd anyway, right? Oh, yeah, there he is.
But he's joined anyway, so that's fine, right? With all 3 of you here, you could all make sure you include your audio. Let me get my reference picture back up. And we'll start with 3rd place Callum now. You started in 3rd, so you finished where you started. But you decided to go with a cheeky no stop. Was there always the decision to go with a no stop, or was you originally planning to do a stop, but then decided, do you know what? I'll get more points doing it this way.
I didn't really have a plan. Like, I done no wet practice. I just thought Mons would have been dry, but obviously not. So it was just a case of how the race goes, and it was just kind of, I think it was around about lap 11. I was like my pace was horrible. I was like probably one of the slower people on the grid today, and I just thought, I'm just going to just last it out and just not stop. And yeah, luckily I think they paid out. I think they'll probably finish about 5th or 6th if I'd done the stop. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that one worked out.
Yeah, seems like you made the right strategy call in the end. Like I say, you started third, you finished third. It looked like you just let Alex pass. Was that just a case of I can just solidate third here and I can't fight for this, or because
Yeah,
I know in my position I would have tried to fight for it in either way. To be fair.
yeah, I can see your point of view, but my tyres were about like 70% by that point, and I just looked at the bigger picture and was like, especially like when Alex is like, you're in a kind of title battle, you're like, I'm not going to fight him here, waste my tyres and even let Giant catch up, overtake me and then get the 3 seconds, because at that end of the race I was crawling around just not to get a puncture, so like, I think I made the right call not fighting Alex. It wasn't, I didn't, like, I probably could have just kept my foot in a bit more, but I just didn't want to take any risks by that point when your tyres were like that worn.
Well, that's fair enough, and taking no risks has managed to put you on the podium. So well done.
Thanks.
Right, on to second. We have Alex now. You started on pole. You managed to put yourself in a good position for this race. And it looked like you had this race, and we thought you had this secured. But then Legends, our winner, decided to go with a no stop, and you had to play the catch-up game. Was there ever in your mind a chance of doing a no stop, or was it always the one stop option?
Well, I looked at the tyres and it said about 40%, and I was thinking getting a puncture would be absolutely heartbreaking. So I decided to do one stop. You know, I'd looked at the gaps and thought third is the worst possible outcome. So I pitted because I honestly thought I'd get a puncture or something, but I didn't realise the wet tyres are actually better than the dry tyres for the puncture and all that. So it kept getting better and better. So that was kind of a bad mistake from my side. But second, it's all right, I guess. I mean,
So it's not a first. I mean, you know.
yeah, I know, but from that position, I don't know. It's very annoying, I guess. But no, it's all right. It's all right.
No, it's annoying, but it looked like you did everything you could. You were definitely going for it at the end. It didn't look like you gave up at any point. Yeah, I guess all I can really say is it's unfortunate you didn't walk away with the first in that race. Definitely looked like you had it solidated, but second place still not a bad place to finish for yourself. So well done on that one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now, on to a good friend of ours, and also the race winner, Legends. You started 9th, and to be honest with you, we knew these conditions were tricky, and we knew anyone could win this, but never in my mind did I think coming back from 9th you were going to win this one, in all honesty. But then you decided to do a no stop, and you were very consistent on the no stop. In fact, I'm pretty sure either your second to last or your third to last lap, you were still pretty much dead on your best lap time. Was that just a case you'd done a lot of practice for these possible wet conditions, or was it just you were just confident out there in general?
No, not not at all, dude. Didn't do a single lap in the wet. I actually didn't even have a wet setup. I made one on the spot on the grid.
Oh.
Yeah, in the garage. I just made one. Yeah, shit. I mean, not that. Yeah, it was a good race. I mean, the wets definitely held out for a decent amount of time. I mean, I was in a party with Giant, and he didn't think he was going to be able to make it, so he had to pit. I was on the cusp. I believed, like, we kind of worked out to be about maybe 80% at the end of the race. But I mean, I nursed them pretty well, so at the end of the race they were only at 73, so I wasn't even concerned of a puncture at that point. Yeah, I mean, the tires were good. They never got slower, you know. In fact, I was improving my times as the race went on. I just kept getting quicker and quicker. I'm pretty sure my fastest lap was, yeah, like you said, like maybe lap 26, something like that. I was very, very consistent. I was just trying to, nurse the tires, get into the end, and not get a penalty because I was one morning away. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that result.
It was a good result. Was there ever any concern in your mind that Alex would have caught you for the win, or did you think you had this one sorted by the sort of time you got to lap 23, 24?
I mean, I was looking at the times, the intervals between myself, Callum, and Alex. It didn't really seem like Alex was catching. He was definitely catching, don't get me wrong. He was obviously going rapid, He was probably about a second-ish quicker than me per lap on some occasions. But it didn't feel like his fresh tires were quick enough to catch me. So I just knew that I just had to not make any mistakes and just keep my tires in good condition, and I should have been able to keep the lead. So yeah, I was pretty confident that I would be able to win as long as I didn't get a puncture. So yeah.
Yeah, well, you did a good job of keeping your consistency. You walked away with no penalties in the end. You walked away with a nice 8th position gain, and you also walked away with driver of the day. So well done on tonight's race, and you definitely deserved it.
Thank you.
Alright, and with that, I'll hand it back over to Mackie to close out the stream.
Thanks, dude. Great job as always, and magnificent drive, legends. I can't praise it enough. Brilliant, and to learn you did the setup on the grid.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's kind of funny.
Jesus, what a drive. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because I've done enough of that for 1 week, and we will see you next week. Good night, everybody.